as the game gets underway, and it will be Stade Malien kicking from right to left. Chekukhune early doors, holding on to the ball through Mobi. And lose it in the midfield, a little bit of a slip there. Comes to the Malians, and they're putting pressure on the defense of Chekukhune. Decent hold-up play. And it was warned of their physicality as they steal in here. Mamadou Traore just unable to latch to the side now, having sat out the first 2 games. And certainly he'll be hoping to keep a clean sheet against this formidable Stade Malien side, who again have made some inroads now. Mamadou Traore plays it against Nico Mobi. And the throw-in does come into the box, but Mobi has a chance to just shepherd it out for a goal kick. Tough task against Mamadou Traore, who, as I mentioned, scored that goal against Berkan last time out for the away side this evening rather. So he will have confidence. Now Chekukhune do manage to find space. It's a big turf out here in Polokwane. Decently done by Mokwana. And riding the challenge now, Mobi. If he gets his head up, he could get a cross in. And early, and a strike off the player. That could have gone anywhere. Heads in hand moment, because that was absolutely the best chance of the game so far. Of course, in its infancy, just 3 minutes on the clock. But with such a large pitch and so much room to run into, you feel there will be a lot of opportunities coming in this game as Chekukhune gets a play going again. We see Jamie Webber here calling for the ball. He should receive it from Ryan Bartman. Here is Webber. Manages to pick the ball up into space, passes it into the midfield. And just a nothing pass really, and it's picked up well. Chekukhune putting himself around the defenders. Now it's back to Jamie Webber. Looks for the chest and out wide to Mobi. It's been decent play by Chekukhune so far. Mobi tucks inside. Passes again to Webber. Neeson around the turn. And now Webber. Mobi again. Or rather, Mokwana. And not the pass that he wanted, Mokocho. They managed to keep possession though. Malians unable to put any kind of pressure on the home side so far. Even allowing a crossfield pass like that from Nico Mobi. Finds his opposite fullback, Ntiantia. Kamokhelo Mokocho. And looks for that through run now. And the defense are just stabbing it out of play. Kune. It's Webber with the corner. It goes deep and it doesn't find any of his players, in fact. Hands with the likes of Jamie Webber. Chekukhune come again. And Mobi on the ball. He's seen much of it so far. Plenty of touches for the 29-year-old South African. Here he is again. The number 2. Back to Bartman. Mokocho playing a bit of a deeper role this evening. Holds a dual nationality. He's also Dutch. And a very decent pass out to the left wing. Chekukhune finding their ground, waiting patiently, switching play very well. Mokwana gathers it in his stride. Here's Mokwana, tries to take it on the left. And a shot from distance, and calling for the corner vehemently. But Lutfi, much of the possession with the home side so far this evening. And it was to be expected, especially in front of their home support. You can hear them singing. And it's that kind of support which Babina Noko hope will get them over the line this evening. As Ryan Bartman starts the attack from deep. The former All-Stars player passes to Trezo Yamba. There is Bartman again. Well, there were some worries after that 2-0 defeat to Berkan in the opening game. Goals from Taif and Mast. Badra Ali Sangare in goal. But they responded so well. It seems like he is okay to restart proceedings into feet, and looking for the Stade Malien attacker Mamadou Traoré, who's been in the thick of things on this left wing. TSA now finding Jaman Traoré. Works trying to go onto his stronger right-hand side. Right foot of Traoré. We can expect some crosses to come in there. And calling for the foul as he let the ball go away from him. The Malians hoof it up again. Modibo Sissoko working it with Lassine Kouma. But Chekukhune do emerge. And it's Elias Mokwana. Tries with the touch, but out of play. Trying to find the striker, and he does well, Amadou Traoré. Just to put it into perspective, Sheikh Si, the goalkeeper on the bench, is the oldest player at 31 years old. But despite that lack of experience, they certainly make up for it in physical presence and gusto to get the ball up the pitch. Going far more direct there. That's well won and shoved off it again. Back into the midfield spaces. Here's Kouma. But the ball stolen off him, and he has to watch out. And it goes long, trying to find the attackers, but the height of the Malians getting in the way. Restarted again by Ntia. Finding it again now. Jamie Webber from a deeper position. Works it out to Mobi. And it goes around the corner. Mokwana wins another corner for Chekukhune. Webber's corner goes in, and it's headed straight out, and he'll be able to follow that up with a second in straight. Webber working it now with Mobi. Webber again, and another corner. Now takes another corner, third in quick succession. There is again the number 8, and he delivers a decent ball in, but there was no one really attacking. Just a bit too much pace on that cross. Joining, of course, from Supersport this year for a free. And now Chekukhune looking for the chest of Ohizu. The Nigerian, though, unable to get it under control, and it's cleared now by Stade Malien. Tries to do it. It's given back again. And another foul bundled over the ball. Now Ryan Bartman. To Yamba. And a flick which doesn't really pay off there from Ntia. Long just trying to get a little bit of position, but they hurried off it almost immediately from the Chekukhune players. They managed to find an outlet now through Traore. And Germain Traore calling for the... Lina takes the goal kick, looking for his strike pairing. And decently into the stride. Mokoena straight at the goalkeeper. And again, a second effort. Another corner comes the way of Chekukhune and it's headed out. In such a great position and doing so well. Goal kick coming for Stade Malien. Mokoena, who scored in a 2-1 defeat to Kaizer Chiefs, but following that up with a goal in that win over Supersports. He does know where the goal is. And just hoping that those opportunities come the way of the hosts again. Decent defense though from Stade Malien. Exemplified there by Christ Doué, and ultimately it goes through to Frank Tiesi. Chip through to Kuma. And they finally do manage to gain some possession. Sissoko back to Kuma. Decent touches without moving in any particular direction too fast. Just getting a feel for the ball. They haven't had much of it, have the visitors so far, but now it does go into the box and Bartman has to head it clear. Traore now picks it up on the edge of the 18-yard area. Lays it across for a shot. Speculative. Lina using the strength of his defenders to take his goal kicks now. That knock to his knee, obviously doing some damage. Very neatly done by Frank Tiesi through the legs. It doesn't harm Chekukhune though too much. Now deciding to go more direct and cut out at the last. Kamogelo Mokocho working it through to Mogele was kicked right through the back. And a foul coming the way of the host side. With both teams so tightly packed in their group in this Confederation Cup. Group D. You would imagine that the home games against each other are going to be those crucial deciders as to who exits alongside one of Berkan, or possibly even these two ultimately. But Chekukhune showing good signs early on. Bartman now back to his goalkeeper Lina. And they obviously know this pitch very well here. They've won their last two home games. Chekukhune just out of the reach of the midfielder. Christ Doué hassled off the ball. And now Mokocho goes wide to Ntiantia. Another raking pass all the way out to Mokoena, who just had that excellent opportunity to open the scoring. And certainly a foul. Weber rather. Seko and Alassane Camara. A lot of hope coming into this game. And now very neatly done, but straight into the path of Ngolo Traore, and now he can start proceedings again. Nico Mobi and Elias Mokoena very much a part of the good work being done by Chekukhune in these opening exchanges. Just has to watch it out there. Christ do it. And Yoro Diaby finds Modibo Sissoko. It was nearly a good thing, but that was excellent there. Finding into the path of Amadou Traore. Number 39 meets his winger. And the crosser just overstretched, but they do keep it in place. Stade Malien through Frank Tiesi. A thunderous header out. And Chekukhune can break themselves and do well to earn a... It goes to Trezor Yamba, working it with the midfield and back to Ryan Bartman. Here is Bartman again. And a very well flicked on from Mobi. And a clear free kick, and you do almost expect to see... Here is Weber. But doesn't beat the first man. And relatively easily cleared. Frank Tiesi now tries to go long. And Leblanc managing to keep hold of the ball. So as we approach just over 26 minutes, that one strike from Elias Makwana, well saved by Ngolo Traore, who found himself in a good position, the goalkeeper for Stade Malien, to just smother it, but certainly something that should have been in the favor of Chekukhune United and should have been 1-0. Yassine Kouma now. It's Chekukhune's turn to defend as Tiesi picks it up on the left wing. Kouma again. Before Traore and Tiesi try to swing the ball around. Tries to do it. Finding Diaby. Diaby looking through the lines. Have to watch out here. Stade Malien with a chance. And Kouma can keep it alive here. Decides to cross it. Jaman Traore. The referee blowing for a free kick. And early change. Katlego Nkabela. The right fullback. A like-for-like replacement. That early change forced through injury. Katlego Nkabela rather. 28-year-old now having to shore up the Chekukhune defense. And it goes straight at goal. But your back partner. Another one who has come, Modibo Sissoko. And just having to do some defensive work here, Stade Malien. But no communication from the front line of Chekukhune. Now driving up the lines, Chekukhune United. Cutouts by Traore. Frank Tiesi with a long pass to try and find the opposite flank. Somehow it does get there. Tiesi has a chance to go again, but it is picked up through the midfield of Chekukhune United. Now they drive forward. Lots of space opening up, and Mokwana can't take it into his stride. Just a reminder that because he was very involved in the early stages. Unclear now why he had to leave the field of play, but Nkabela, more than an adequate replacement in his natural right fullback position. Stolen off the midfield there by Stade Malien. Now they can drive forward themselves. Traoré, back to Mamadou Traoré. And now Diaby works it with Kreisdoué. Sissoko to Kuma, playing the patient game here, Stade Malien. And does very well there, Mamadou Traoré. Not too much in that contact, but enough for the player to go down and warranted, and nearly finding the touch of Tiesi. Tiesi lays it across. If they can find it, an opportunity across goal. Lassine Kuma's strike. Gathered well by Lina. The first shot he's had to really save so far this match. And quickly sets his team off through the midfield spaces. And a cry of anguish because they make sure and make safe for Chekukhune, keep their goal line intact. Traoré plays back to Diaby. Now to Yakubu. And Sissoko. Courts back in the midfield spaces, and Mokocho has to track back because now Tiesi has sorts out Traoré. It's cleared by Bartman.
United have noticed that Nico actually he walked past us here by the touchline with a heavily strapped hamstring. It seems when he got tackled, probably it was troubling him a few moments earlier, and Coach Nhlonolo Seema alongside the medical team have taken a decision to sub him, as we've now seen. Heavily strapped thigh.
And now Stade Malien trying to work the spaces here. There's no one at the back post.
At the moment, it doesn't look that serious. I will go closer and have a proper update at halftime, just to
looking
see
for the midfield spaces again. It's picked up by the defense.
Just how serious that is, because it could be a concern in the lead up to the Christmas break ahead of the AFCON as well. We know he's an important player for Coach Hugo Broos.
Now Chekukhune doing well to pick it up again, and we've just got word from the medical staff. Nico Mobi, his thigh heavily strapped. That's why he had to come back, and he's been in their dazzling red strips. And they're hoping that this game can heat up. Now Kuma plays it into the midfield spaces. Kreisdoué finds Sissoko. Back to the goalkeeper, Ngoda Traoré. And Diaby will just play it around with Yakubu, his centre-back partner. And Kuma dropping deep this time. Kuma again, he's really found options, and it's good to see him calling for the ball. Confidence of a 19-year-old, certainly putting himself about, and that's a brilliant ball to try find the run of Klegnime Kone. There he is, the number 27. Plays it with Sissoko. And looking through the lines, Kone, if he can get to it, and just a coming together with the fullback in Tiantia. No man wants to be hit. Now going long this time, but a bit of a nothing pass, trying to find Chekukhune Ohizu, who's been very much on the periphery of this game so far, the Nigerian. He can, of course, pop up with a goal. But so far his team unable to really find him and dictate the play. This time, Kamogelo Mokocho. And just as I say that, they give the ball away again. But the pendulum oscillates back, and Jamie Webber complained about that challenge, but it's an advantage for Stade Malien. Looking through the lines to Amadou Traore. Traore, if he can pick his head up, could find options here, and there's no one really in the center of the box, and he'll just be happy that his defense have picked it up. Here's Sissoko. Back to Yakubu. And now Diaby. Sounds almost like a Premier League match with those names being brandished about from the early 2000s. And a careless pass into the midfield spaces. Tiesi picks it up, and Tiesi with a strike, and that had decent power on it. But the direction not troubling Ronaldo. It was about 2 meters wide of the right-hand post of Ronaldo Lina. Here they come again, the men in white, trying to manufacture a little bit of an opening, but having to work it back to their defenders in order to do so. Due finding the fullback, Draman Traore, or rather Yoro Diaby. Here is Traore. That's a decent chest control, and he has to work his body around well. The replacement fullback really is a pity for Mobi, because the touches that he was performing on the pitch, he was quite a standout option in terms of an outlet for the home side this evening. Comes out to Ntia. And again, the 27-year-old lays off the pass, an opportunity to try and get the delivery in from Maloisane Mokele. That forced Ronaldo Lina into a save. Stade Malien yet to have image of what has been going on. It's now picked up by Mokocho. He can release his players early. Looking for Mkube. But just delayed on the pass. And not too many options. Ultimately does find Kabela. Here is the number 27, and what a decent ball it is. If he can get the shot away, Weber. And called into action properly there, Ngolo Traore. Well, if Lehloko Nolosima wanted his substitute to show some fire and determination, and also prove why he deserves his spot on the pitch, deliveries like that will go a long way to convince his boss. Ball spread wide by Mokocho, and gathered this time by Nkabele, who wanders into the midfield spaces. Here's Mokocho again. Back to Nkabele. And finds the wing, Elias Makwana. To Weber again. And that's very neatly done. And Mokwena working it through, and just a hash of it once more. Chekukhune Ohizu. You could hear his screams of anguish as he failed to control that shot. And half chances like that, well, that's all they're being restricted to, is half chances. Malien defense working as we enter our first of 3 minutes of added time at the end of this first half. Ball spread wide again and finds the replacement fullback. Kabela works it into the midfield space. Better from Chekukhune, hashes off Mokwana. Kabela with the throw in and back to his feet. Weber has to play it back. Trezo Yamba finds his left back. And now Ryan Bartman, former All-Stars man. Juggled by Jamie Weber. Works it out Mokele. Now Ntiantia. Another beautiful crossfield pass to find the fullback. And it's well headed out by the Malians. Can't get their feet on the ball though. Into the path of Mokwana. And across the face of goal, the header glancing and unable to latch onto it. It comes back again and a diving header this time. Does the defense. Mokocho and Bartman. Just ahead, and that surely should be a free kick. It is. Swinging free kick this time from Chekukhune. A decent delivery and has to be well headed out. And Stade Malien do make sure that the game is blown early for half time. Chekukhune will start the hosts, finishing that first half off quite strongly. And knowing that victory in front of their home fans will give them a fantastic platform to exit from this group, having to win their home games. Of course, that was the message from Leflokonolo Sima. Malians are looking to come through and make immediate damage. Amadou Traore, though, slips as he's about to receive the ball, and now an early opportunity to spread the ball wide. Picked up in a decent area on this left-hand side. That run by Siposaki Ntiantia. And then Maloisan Mokele nearly catching out the Stade Malien defense. Here is Ntiantia. Tries to go through the legs, but the nutmeg not really results in free kick. Headed out by Bartman. And back into the midfield. They can pick it up now. Mtube went long without really looking. And Ngolo Traore. He's kept his goal intact so far. He'll want to keep it that way. Wins his side some real estate here. There is the 22-year-old. And neatly into touch. That's well controlled. Traore tries to work out a crossing position. That's well defended in the end. Needing to defend against Amadou Traore as well as Raman Traore. Yeah, is Jaman. And into the path of TSE. What a strike and what a save it was again. Ronaldo Lena. A tremendous save. There is a resultant corner to defend. And it comes back out to the defense of Chekukhune. TSE again. And now Sissoko. But there's a head injury and they're going to have to stop play almost immediately. Chekukhune Chekukhune playing almost with 3 at the back, as is the position of Kamogelo Mokocho now on the ball. Here's the captain. Passes out wide. Tries to go more direct, but Lassine Kuma can pick up the pieces. So Mamadou Traore, whose chest control is enough to warrant a throw-in. Traore with the throw-in. And a decent pass into midfield, and they can still keep it alive here, Stade Malien. The defense of Chekukhune doing well to a point, and almost in exactly the same position. Shielded back to goal, Amadou Traore. Now Mokocho. Out it comes from Kube. And he has to watch out there, the defender. It's just all a bit too rushed for Musimuzin Kube. Yakubu now to Traore. Former ES Bafing man finds his centre-back partner, now Modibo Sissoko. And Christway occupying that defensive midfield position, allowing Lassine Kuma to charge forward. Here's the number 32. Kuma again. Somewhat laboured passing without too much penetration. Looking to start things off again through Yoro Diaby. Seems to have recovered from that knock to his mouth, and that's a very decent ball to Lassine Kuma, who's controlled it well. And trying to find a shot from distance. And that was quite a painful one on the top of the boot. A free kick. Trezor Yamba, and back to Ronaldo Lina, the goalkeeper, acting as another player, an outfield player, an outlet for Chekukhune. And that's a very decent one-touch route one stuff. Ube finds the fullback, Tayatia, and the ball just over the head of Oizu. And he should have made a lot more of that than he did. Chibuko Oizu found himself in a good position. He's been rather anonymous in the game, but if you give him a sniff, he can score. Nonetheless, Stade Malien now attack. Doué, very neatly done through the lines, and while he was facing the wrong way, Trezor Yamba did very well there. Another ball comes in from Diaby, headed back from Traore. Now to Mamadou Traore. Tries Doué. This is good possession play from the away side, something they didn't really experience too much of in the first half, but it is given straight back to Chekukhune. Now Ntiantia can go long immediately, trying to find that run of Oizu, but game it could have been had that opened the scoring. Mokocho fouled, or rather doing the fouling himself, and Leblanc attacking through Sissoko. There is again the 20-year-old, thinks about the cross, decides to go back to Frank Tiesi. Now it's Tiesi's turn, has to be headed out. Mokocho can break. There's not too much ahead of him though, he has to work it simply, and if he can look up, and that was right through the... Tribe Kwasa just calming things down, allowing the play to go. Tiantia to Mokele. A lobbed ball in, and it's well defended again. Tries to finding Modibo Sissoko, who just lumps the ball upfield. Having to put on the afterburners there, Trezor Yamba. Reminder of the score, still 0-0. Both teams would be on 4 points in the group if it were to finish this way. And you have to say that would suit Stade Malien quite a bit more than their hosts this evening. But both sides cancelling each other out as it stands. Evidenced there by this throw-in on the halfway line for Ntiantia to take, looking for Mokele. Here is the number 36 and finds its way into the midfield spaces, and a very decent through ball. Mokele looking across the line and acrobatically defended by Isaiah Kubo. This corner kick goes at the near post and header out. Chekukhune can come again though, driving through Mokwana and driving over the bar as well. Flicking that near post header on, and ultimately Mokwana driving through with his left boots, and well picked up by Weber again. Neat skill and trickery from Nkabela, straight into the feet of Mokwana. That's well defended, and now Traore can drive at the defense of Chekukhune United. Decides to play it safe and start proceedings again. Out wide now to Sissoko. Looks for Tiese, and acrobatic efforts from Traore. Might get a second sniff here if the ball does find its way back into the box. Tries Due. Gets it back, the 22-year-old now on to Diaby. Sissoko, the fullback, being pressured on it by Mokele, doing his defensive duties, but a searching ball does find its midfield partner, and a strike just over the ball. And Stade Malien being reduced to long-range efforts, but Chekukhune do have to watch out because one of those could fly in, you never know. Sliding tackle. Ten attempts on goal for the away side, just the 7 for Chekukhune. But both with 2 shots on target so far in this match, and unable to beat either Ngolo Traore or Ronaldo Lina in goal. Here is the latter, passing to Trezor Yamba. Jamie Weber now playing left wing. And it was a lot more dominant for Chekukhune at the end of the first half, and you feel that they're trying to go a little bit more direct, the hosts now, allowing Stade Malien to come back into the game in terms of possession. Seeks options, decides to go back to his centre-back, Yamba. Now Mokocho. His midfield partner of Fusimuzi Trube. Delivers the ball. Trezor Yamba now. And somehow works in the favour of Chekukhune. And they managed to get a very well-directed throw-in from Ntiantia. Sipusaki Ntiantia. into the feet and into the box. They can work it around here. Oizu, not enough space and not enough time. Jamie Webber now back in his familiar central position. Here he is. And a deep cross early, but there's no one in the box to really threaten Ngolo Traore. Simply picked up by the 23-year-old number 1. Diaby looks for the midfield, and Rally Boila recently played for Zambia in those World Cup qualifiers against Niger and Congo, and now takes to the field, having not been in the squad for the first 2 games of the competition. Now it's picked up by the Stade Malien players. A deep ball into the edge of the area. Time for Mokocho to return the favor. Looking for the run of Mtube, who's now advanced his position. And a confirmation of that other substitute. Tamsanka Mayisa. He replaced Mokele. So 2 changes in the midfield for Chekukhune United, looking for fresh legs. Mohamed Serajic and Hamza Bouzid haven't been called much into the game, but on this occasion, the first offsides of the game so far, in fact. Now Christ Dewey picks the ball up from his deep midfield role. Decently done again from TSA. His feet getting space across, and another save from Lena. They could go again here. Stade Malien has to be well defended. And now a chance at a break. If they can put on the afterburners, Mkube goes at his defender, lays it across the midfield, and a strike. And like Spider-Man across goal, Ngolo Traore. Boila cross, Rally Boila. And it is another opportunity for the number 18. Now Mkube did very well to hold up that ball. Chekukhune enjoying more advanced position now. Deep ball comes floated in, and that will be considered as a shot on target, even though Ngolo Traore had enough time to even chest it into his own path and recover possession for Les Stadiens. Traore does very well to chest the ball into the path of his midfielders. Here he is again, the tall number 39. Christ Dewey gets it to the left-hand side and looking to switch flanks, and a foul called on that effort by Mamadou Traore. Like he's okay. He didn't really have anything to land on except his back as he jumped up for that. And always a mismatch in terms of height. Mamadou Traore towering over his left back opposition. Ryan Bartman. Into the path of Trezor Yamba. 25-year-old Congolese decides to go long, but neither team are really able to find those spaces just yet. They go wide this time and held up by Oizu. Wins his side a corner. The left foot, an in-swinging corner, trying for the back post, and a foul called. And it did seem a foul on the Stade Malien player. Driven out pretty well there from Stade Malien, looking for that run of Amadou Traoré. He might be quick, he's not that quick. Diantia plays through the lines. Ube. And into the path of Mokocho. Cut out quite briskly, but they do have it against Chekukhune. Mokaba Stadium. Goalmouth action, but so far nothing to. Well headed out. Stade Malien looking to break through Lassine Kuma, finding Kone, and into the path of Traoré. They can still pick it up, and there's no one going to him, and just the face of the defender. Another opportunity for Kuma. And now the game really opening up, and that's a foul from Krasdue. It will be the left foot again of Rally Boila. They keep it alive. Mtube, his quick feet finding Mokocho, but all too much for the coaching staff, possibly of both teams. But you have to say it was rather expected given their results. As we can tell you that other match between USM Alger and Future is, or rather Bekan against Diable Noir, is 2-0 to the hosts. Bekan winning that 2-0. A very expected result if it does stay that way. Which means that these two teams really are vying for that second spot. And Stade Malien now on the attack, finding very good space, and if they can just get it to the back post to find Kone. That chip cross, just not dipping in time. As we see Daouda Koulibaly getting readied. Start of the first match, well, the last match really. 22-year-old, he will be coming onto the arena. A very neat flick around the corner to find the left back, and Diantia now. His cross though easily cut out, and Lassine Kuma comes again, and that's a free kick with Klegnime Kone, the man to make way. Sissoko looking for that through run of Mamadou Traoré, who does very well to cut inside and has to be well defended, and very well defended it is as the ball comes off Traoré. Ronaldo Lina takes it, looks for that flick on, and unable to affect proceedings from the boot, so has turned to the head instead, with the other strikers just playing off of it. The instructions just barked at his players there. And the Stade Malien outfit trying to repay the favour in kind, but possession now with Tamsanka Masia and Mokocho. Here is Masia. Some space opening up ahead of him, and he finds the midfield. If they can work and engineer an opportunity and slip at a crucial moment. Smashes the turf in frustration. And Due looks for that through ball again. Tiantia plays it safe. Throw in for Stade Malien. Sissoko working it with Kuma, finding Christ Due. Another digs pass into the midfield, and now stretching it out wide and cut out. Tiantia once again doing his defensive duties absolutely professional. The name to come off the captain, Kamogelo Mokocho, as that free kick is given distance here. Goes with the left boot, and it was always rising, a very difficult chance to take. You do wonder why players actually sometimes take. Sima didn't want to be treated like rookies coming into this. He said no team was going to offer them any gimmies. But both teams are finding themselves lacking in terms of goals, goal-mouth action. Kabela just playing it there back to Ronaldo Lina. Yamba. Back to Lina now. Not much happening here in terms of the tempo of the match. And pressure being put on the goalkeeper from Traore. And he's done very well, because it's allowed Stade Malien to steal in on this left-hand side. Possibly an opportunity with a shot and a deflection. Has been unable to find the back of the net. Now a corner for Stade Malien and a flicked-on header. That time through Diaby. Another opportunity to get it in from Koulibaly. Koulibaly unable to find his players, and it's worked out now. Possibly Chekukhune can break. Morris finding Mokwana. Mokwana again, and that's cut out. The Malien attack. The 24-year-old picks up the pieces. And Tube. Kabela working it with his right wing. Being hacked at it. And another interception now. Driving forward from Sissoko, and decides to clear it with his foot there. Lina. And makes his way through the line. You could see what he was trying to do there. Unfortunate in the end. Tashrik Morris trying to provide some creativity. And between Alassane Camara and Sekou Seko, it's just been another story of what they haven't really managed to test goalkeeper Ronaldo Oliva, bar those kind of loop balls into the box. Starting the attack again through Treasure Yamba. Has to go back to the goalkeeper. All credit to the crowd here, who have kept their voices and spirits high despite the lack of goal-mouth action. Now Leblanc try again through Lassine Kuma. Works it out to the left wing, and well snuffed out, but Koulibaly gets it back in, and Tiantia uses his head to just played safely. Managed to keep it for themselves through Mokwana. And looking for that run a little bit. Goes back to Stade Malien. Tiesi. Looking to either win a throw-in or even a corner, but ends up going through the sandwich of defenders. Chekukhune playing into the midfield, barged over by Chekukhune. Ridden on. But they do emerge with the ball once again. Dauda Koulibaly. And another foul. Yamba. And back to the goalkeeper, as has been the case in much of this match. Manages to pick it up. Tashik Morris. Tientia. Mokwana. Tientia and overrun again. It will be a goal kick. Both keepers equal to the occasion, equal to the task demanded of them. Amadou Traoré. And it's a very dominant slide tackle there from Pogiso Maklangu. Just a few more minutes to see it out for either side, but now Chekukhune can break in a very good position. Mkube looks to cut inside and finds his midfield players. Maklangu searches wide again for the head. And Katlego Kabela. The match between Berkane and Diables Noirs still 2-0. Let's see Berkane climb to 9 points on the log. 3 out of 3. And with these two sides as they are, staying on 4 points apiece, which means that return leg in Mali will be so important if there's no goal here and it's well cleared out. Issa Yakubu it was who had to get that right, and now Stade Malien trying to break through Moro Traoré. Morris spreads the ball wide, trying to keep it in play and unable to. Besides, with one last effort, one last push to maybe allow for an absolutely stunning finish to this game, but the way that both defenses have been, and it's going to be a long one from Wala, looking for Morris. Morris again, the ball's behind him and he doesn't see it. That means Chekukhune can pick it up. Koulibaly brings it back in field and Doué works it with his fullback, Traoré. This is really the last chance with just around. And we are now over the allotted time.